I believe that all the speakers and role players will take the feedback as a learn and get himself or herself energized and get back with more energy on the forums once again in the near future. Now, without further ado, I will like to invite the first evaluator of Toastmaster Sonu, Toastmaster Kusi, to come on the forum. So, Toastmaster Kritika to come on the forum.
How many of you think Toastmaster Sonu's speech was a win-win for all of us? Wonderful. Toastmaster Sonu was giving her level 3 project 1 speech where she had to tell us about different styles of negotiation and how to get the best outcome. And it's very difficult to give such kind of speeches where you have a particular topic regarding maybe negotiation. But Toastmaster Sonu very well delivered the speech with lots of conversations, personal stories, personal touch. So kudos to Toastmaster Sonu for that. Toastmaster Sonu started her speech with a question. So wonderful that grabbed the entire audience attention. Since it was the first speech of the day, everyone got attentive to the speech. Second commendation would be for the conversation part. You wonderfully demonstrated it because between your son and you yourself with slight voice modulations too. So it was wonderful at that point. Again, your boss and your conversation also. But I think there was a little miss in that part, maybe towards the end. Other commendations being eye contact. I was at the slight corner of the room sitting there, but then also I felt that she had contacted, like she was following the W approach and she was maintaining the eye contact with each and every one in the audience. So kudos for that. But as we all know, there are few recommendations in every speech which we can work on. So I just have two small recommendations. First, I think the first question you asked was regarding negotiation, whether negotiations are related to money. So just after that question, try to link that with your speech somewhere. Maybe we understand that you demonstrated that negotiation is not always related to money. But maybe if you can say that at the end, that yes, so from the first to the end, it would be a better link. Second, I saw that you were moving on the stage, you were demonstrating the conversation, but it was only from this to this at once. The stage is yours, it's all yours. Use the entire stage. You were maintaining eye contact with the audience here also and there also, but just move in maybe in one conversation or in one part of your speech. You were maybe when you were discussing of your conversation regarding your son, you could be here, and then regarding your boss, you could be here. So that would cover the entire stage. So I believe it was a wonderful speech, just with few recommendations, stage movement, working on stage movement. Toastmaster Sonu would be a wonderful speaker.
Thanks, Kritika, for sharing your points on Toastmaster Sonu's speech. Now, calling Toastmaster Hall to come over the platform and share the evolutionary quote on Toastmaster. Toastmaster Hall.
Common skills is not common. What a unique title by Toastmaster. He beautifully narrated how easily we get manipulated by famous people and celebrities and blindly follow them. And we do not use our common sense, our judgment. He included a couple of examples as well. So kudos to Ankit for choosing such a apt topic and narrating it beautifully. Another great thing about his speech was body language. He was Throughout his speech, he was using his hand gesture and proper body language, which gives word to what you are saying. It gives the impact that is necessary for your speech. Another great thing was eye contact and stage coverage. He was constantly using the stage throughout his speech. And another great thing about his speech was humor. He added a couple of humorous statements as well, which catches the attention of the audience. While his speech was great, there are a couple of recommendations as well. The first recommendation is vocal variety. He could make use of vocal variety to create more impactful statements. For example, when he stated, do not follow these leaders and use your common sense. He could have more energy and he could have been more loud while stating this statement. For example, do not follow them blindly. Use your common sense as well. Something like this can be added. Another recommendation is the ending. The ending was like it just ended. You could include a quote, a strong statement to end your speech. It will just create a long-lasting impact when you are ending your speech. So, to summarize, great narration, great body language, humor, eye contact. If you could add vocal variety and a proper ending, it would be great. That would be it for me. Over to you, Jared.
Thanks, Rohit, for the wonderful feedback from the Toastmaster. Okay, now calling Toastmaster the council to come out the photo and share the report on Toastmaster.
Good morning, everyone. The first thing that I absolutely admired about Toastmaster Shilpi's speech were her stories. Can you recall the 3 stories she shared? First one was about her mom, second was about a college crush, third was a significant moment with her dog. Stories are the best way to connect with the audience. I'm sure you must have listened to a lot of storytellers nowadays. Storytelling is a valuable skill, especially in public speaking. When you are vulnerable enough to share your own stories, the audience instantly connect with you. They have a bond with you, like they actually know you in a deeper level. So kudos to that. Second thing that I absolutely loved about Toastmaster Shilpi's speech was her delivery. Her delivery today was passionate, prepared, and with exuberant energy. Won't you all agree? Having a strong delivery is a very important part of the speech. It is said that 70% of your speech is just your body language or your voice modulation. When you work on your delivery, it shows that the speaker is prepared, they value their audience's time, and they have come to share something that they truly found helpful, and they think their audience will actually find it as well. Something truly beneficial to learn from Toastmaster Shilpi's speech today. Coming to the recommendation, first recommendation I have for Toastmaster Shilpi is sometimes during her speech I found out that she had her hands clumped, which is often considered a sign of nervousness, which is completely fine. But in order to improve that, I have the recommendation is to have your body language open. Have an open body language. Talk to your audience like you're talking to your close friend. That way, the audience will also feel that the speaker is confident. And having open body language, the audience have a sense, because it is a welcoming thing. The audience feel that the speaker is welcoming them to the story. So the connection with the audience is really key in that sense. Second thing is not a recommendation, something that I feel would really help Toastmaster Shilpi's speech is having humor in the speeches. So humor can be exaggeration, exaggerate something, like exaggerated the moment with your mom. It could be anything. It could be a self-depreciating humor, something that Rahul demonstrated today. What humor does is that it relaxes everyone's mood. It is the instant connection with the audience. If you have the ability to make someone laugh, you immediately like them, right? So this is something that I feel that you could have having a speech, but it's always a pleasure to listen to Toastmaster Shilpi. And I think her best ability is that she always comes with the lesson that she has actually learned in her life, and her lessons are truly profound if we actually apply them to our everyday life. Something truly amazing, Toastmaster Shilpi. Always happy to hear you. All the best for your future speeches.
Thanks. Thanks, Shivanshu, for your constructive feedback on Toastmaster. Will be now calling on Toastmaster Sonu. Big round of applause, everyone, for Toastmaster Sonu. Hi.
Good afternoon, everyone. Toastmaster Vishal. He was my target speaker, and the topic of his speech was positivity about negativity. This topic shows that how he finds the positivity in negativity. And he had given many examples and what are the benefits of having the negative thoughts. Like he gave an example that you are falling down, you had a thought in your mind that you are falling down and you are preparing yourself that how to be careful so that you won't be falling down. Perfect example he had given that was Ram and Shyam. We all know in corporate that how the crying helps. This is midterm season, and during the midterm season and even during the final appraisal season also, the employee whoever is crying more is going to get the better increments. We all know that. The person who is sitting, who is actually not, who actually does not know crying, he does not get anything, or he always gets lesser than the person who starts crying in the beginning itself. So that example was relatable. And whenever you give the examples which are relative, which audiences can relate, they are able to retain that for a longer period. So that is one of the things. Kudos to you. Few recommendations I do have. I do understand this was just a second speech after his first icebreaker speech, and in Toastmasters generally icebreaker speech is not considered as a speech. This was in fact his first speech. So just adding a little bit flavor of the delivery skills, you can do better. One first recommendation I will be having that closed podium is whenever you are asking any question or the speaker is asking any question, just keep your body open. And whenever you are asking any question, don't try to close your body like this or keeping your hands in your pocket. And the second recommendation is eye contact with audiences. Somewhere I felt that the speaker need to work on his eye contacts, because always I felt that the speaker is sitting here, even was sitting over there, and the speaker was not able to connect with me. The third recommendation I do have is stage movement. Whenever you are telling about one example to another example, just move from here to there. I know that it's always easier to say than to do. So, but if you take it in a constructive way and you try to cautiously include these things in your regular speeches, you can do better with that. All the best to Toastmaster Vishal. We will feel happy to listen from you in subsequent videos. Over to you.
Setting a point on Toastmaster Vishal's speech. Now calling upon Toastmaster Dipanshu again to the forum to say the report on Toastmaster Dipanshu.
What you will say, Toastmaster Khushi's strongest suit is her humor, right? Would you agree? I think I have heard Toastmaster Khushi around third time, and she always brings, with her humor, some novelty. The way she flaunts her Haryanvi roots, the way she talks about her family, is truly remarkable. And something remarkable is that it's her fourth speech only. For me, it took a lot of time to have the courage to add humor. So truly amazing job, Toastmaster Khushi, having humor in the speech. Because like I said, humor is one of the best way to connect instantly to the audience. The second thing that I absolutely admired about Toastmaster Khushi's speech today was props. Something we rarely see in our speeches is that a speaker coming prepared, coming with the props of flower, the props of the dustbin. Something that we could all learn from Toastmaster Khushi's speech is that having some props, and writing of the speech, it is something that we are trying new. It is something that we are trying to actually add humor to our speeches, to add some message to our speeches. So if props help, then why don't we use that? Coming to the recommendation, I have two small recommendations for Toastmaster Kushi, something that could help in the next speech. First is to spread the gaze across the whole auditorium. Something I felt in Toastmaster Kushi's speech that you missed Kaveri and you missed guests today. I don't know if you have some problem with them, but no. What something that worked for me is to follow this W structure. When you are starting a speech, you go from here, and you make a W, and you make a W like this, and you complete it. So it's an easy way because when you are in the stage, you already have a lot of nervousness. So having a structure, you remember to have the eye contact with the audience. Something that you could work on. Second thing that I would recommend Toastmaster Kushi is to use the whole stage. So your stage movement was really good, especially with the props. Something that I recommend is to use the extreme end of the stage. Connect with the audience here, connect with the audience here. Connect with your first audience because they are often overlooked because you are always looking at them. So something that you could work on. But overall, love to hear your speeches every time. Keep sharing, keep speaking. I don't know if you see in yourself something, but I definitely see something in you.
Now calling Toastmaster selfie on giving feedback on Toastmaster all his things. Toastmaster selfie. A big round of applause for Toastmaster selfie.
Speech has landed really well when, as much as the speaker is speaking, you hear the audience equally engaged and laughing. Right? So one of the things I truly commend about Toastmaster Rahul, I've heard multiple speeches of him. He has a natural instinct for humor, something that I really want to learn. Dipanshu has given me this feedback at least nth time now, that bring humor. But there is something about his presence on the stage which is humorous in itself. I don't know how he does that. But even if he is standing here and saying nothing, then also you feel like smiling. So the humor is like totally to his credit and really something that I really commend. The second thing I really commend about him is that there is an art of storytelling when he comes on the stage and speaks that anyone can actually just visualize that it is happening around us. And that's the beauty of a speaker, when you can bring out the audience into your story and make them live through it. So that art of storytelling is something that's really commendable and beautiful about him. And the third thing which I noted, and you can correct if that was not the case, but I thought in between there was an awkward silence for a little bit and you kind of forgot what was your next step. But it was so beautifully covered that I'm not sure if many people in the audience actually noticed, and you kind of literally, it happens in life. Sometimes you just forget, right? So he kind of took it in his stride, and really that's the confidence of the speaker, that you come on stage and even if you forget, you pick it up from there and you move on. Okay, so I found it really hard to find recommendations in your speech, but I did find a couple. The first one for me was, can you make your beginning a little bit more impactful? I thought you came on the stage and you just started living my life with a lot of invitations. Could there be something more and add a little bit more flavor to that? And the second thing is more of a personal input, is I think humor is your natural self, right? And continue with that because it's really working well for you. But it would be lovely to see you step out of your comfort zone a little bit and see if you can try your hand at some other style of communicating as well. So if there is something next, do look forward to that. So with that, I thought I had a great time listening to your speech.
Thank you. And Toastmaster Selfie for saying wonderful points on the Holy Space. Now, calling Toastmaster Ankit to come on the forum and say the speech on Toastmaster, the last speech and the last one. A big round of applause for Toastmaster.
Thanks for big round of applause. So, let me start with a question. Just give me a one or two word answer. Why do you come to the Toastmasters? Anyone? It's not a difficult question.
To get more better, to get the feedback and become more and work on that feedback.
Okay. Yes.
To become a great speaker.
Wonderful answer. Okay, that's a great answer. So the thing is, if you ask me these questions, I come to Toastmasters to improve my public speaking skills.
Next.
Sorry?
Who's next?
You comes next. Okay, that is also a great answer. So I come to Toastmasters to improve my public speaking skills, to listen to others. For me, the second point is equally important as the first one, because just speaking is not enough. Listening to others is equally important. And I commend Toastmaster Rhythm for sharing his stories, because I love to listen to others, listening to their perspective, their stories. It's just a wonderful experience. He shared his Bali trip. He told about different experiences in a story format, which was wonderful, about best sunset of his life and how he liked it. He explained the beauty of the nature, so we can imagine in our own mind how it looks like. Then he also told us how to bargain with a long-tailed monkey, so that was also a great thing. I commend him again for sharing the beautiful experience, and he nailed the purpose of speech, which was to share the story, and it was a wonderful speech. And as every speech, there are some feedbacks and recommendations. The first feedback is you have to work on your eye contact quite a lot, because you were looking at extreme right or either up or either down, except the audience, you are looking everywhere. So you have to work on this seriously. You have to connect with your audience, that is required. And to add into it, to connect with the audience, you should ask the audience as well, like the place they have liked the most, or they have visited. Just a 1-2 word answer they can give. It helps people to connect with you, right? Otherwise, you are just telling your story, you are not listening to them. Then only they will be interested in listening what you have to say, right? So that's the second recommendation. The third and final recommendation is bring tonality and vocal variety in your speech. Otherwise, it looks very passive and boring. If I have also gotten this recommendation, and it's a great recommendation that we have to bring vocal variety in our speech, and it's the final recommendation which I'm giving to you. With these recommendations, Toastmaster Rhythm will be a wonderful speaker, I'm very sure. So I'd like to conclude. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Ankit, and thanks to all the evaluators who have given a very valuable feedback to all the speakers and speakers. Now it's time for the tag players to come over the forum and give the report, calling our counter on the forum to share his report. Toastmaster Kaveri. Please round of applause.
Hello, good afternoon everyone. I'll talk about first Shilpi. She said then 5 times, and such as 2 times, so do I 15 times. Ankit said and 9 times and but 8 times. And Vishal said so 8 times, like 5 times and but 3 times. And if I talk about Kushi, she said so 15 times. And Rahul said so 4 times, and Rhythm said so 14 times, and Ed 3 times. That's all.
Now calling Gramani and Toastmaster Siddha to share his report on business. Toastmaster Siddha. A big round of applause for Toastmaster Siddha.
Good afternoon. So here's my report of grammarian. So we'll start from some misuses or incorrect sentence. First is I invited her. So it should be I invite her, or I am requesting to come her on the stage. That will be better. Second is when the speaker is a girl, so use her word, not his. So that should be taken care. I will choose the Varun instead of the Varun. You have to use I am choosing Varun, I choose Varun. So don't use the word with name only. He super success should be he is super success. So it is about the sentence was about Elon Musk. Not I inspired you something. incorrect sentence was the, it should be I am inspired by you. The speaker is coming. So it was introduction about the next speaker. The speaker is coming. So it should be can be the next speaker who is coming on the stage. So next is you can't give up. It should be can't give up. You should have give up. It should be give up. And Hindi and Haryani sentences you have been used. So try to translate into English also. I have experience should be I have experienced, should be past. Then I search for food or search food, so should be searched, should be past. Feedback as learning, should be feedback as learning. He was my target speaker since the evaluatory speaking about the target speaker, so it is present. So use is, he is my target speaker. So these were few incorrect sentences. Word of the day used by TM Kritika, TM Ridham, TM Surinder, TM Dipanshu. Sorry if I forgot someone's name. Anybody else used this word of the day? Experiment. Okay. Now good word uses sparkle, win-win for both of us. TM Sonu, cult behavior. TM Ankit, Sudoku, glimpse of and natural instinct. That was used by TM Silpi. Pin drop silence. TM Gusi, Goons. That was TM Rahul. Privilege. TM Rahul. Vulnerable and strange word but loved it. W structure by Toastmaster Dipanshu. Few concern sentences just help me out to understand it. First thing, situation. I am not sure that it was. I was only who is listening this word. Situation.
Both ways are correct.
Okay. Both are correct. Okay.
Depends on which part of the world you are speaking for.
In India.
Yes, so
Both are correct.
Okay.
Both are
Right. Thank you. Can anybody hear me when the speaker was started this introduction? So suddenly she said that, can anybody hear me? I didn't know that why the speaker said like that. It was little bit off or not related to the words, to the situation. Next one is never accepted. They never accepted my proposal. It is correct sentence, but it is about childhood story. So, but I am proposing, but I am telling that it could have been they never used to accept. Since the story frequently used to happen that. So, can we write they never used to accept my proposal?
Yes.
I mean, thank you. Another one last thing, I made mistake about CHOIR. I think it is choir. I used to say, I used to say choir. So what is it's choir or choir? CHOIR. Choir. Is it? Okay. Thank you. These are the reports from my side. What to generate evaluation.
Thank you for that report. Now calling for sponsor timer. Please you to say the time.
what are excellent speeches today. So nobody has been disqualified from the evaluation part of it. So I'll be just telling out the timing. The longest one, which was TM Sonu, it was 7 minutes 27 seconds. Then TM Ankit 5 minutes 35 seconds, it was the shortest one. Then TM Shilpi 7 minutes 14 seconds. TM Vishal 5 minutes 45 seconds. TM Kushi 6 minutes 47 seconds. TM Rahul 6 minutes 48 seconds. Then TM Rhythm 6 minutes 37 seconds. To the evaluators, TM Kritika it was 3 minutes 31 seconds. TM Rahul it was 2 minutes 30 seconds. TM Dipanshu it was 2 minutes 50 seconds. TM Sonu it was 2 minutes 53 seconds. TM Dipanshu it was 2 minutes 10 seconds. TM Shilpi it was 2 minutes 25 seconds. And TM Ankit it was 3 minutes 6 seconds. So that's my part of evaluation.
Thank you. Now coming to the general feedback, just a 3 to 4 minutes because we already overshot 12:30 of time. Just first of all, I like to appreciate all the speakers today, and it was a wonderful day because no backward has been happened. All the 7 issues has been delivered today. A big round of applause for all the speakers. Now, the only thing that I noticed over there is a late arrival of the role play. I can notice some of the role player has arrived late, so you should arrive before 10:30, so that it helps the our president to know who are coming on the Toastmaster meeting or who are taking a back off. Because sometimes it creates a lot of stress and tension for the president and all the vice president who are handling the meeting. And at the same time, I will appreciate Toastmaster Siddharth to take up the guardian role at the last moment. And along with this, I will notice that the role joke master has not been assigned to anyone. So another thing that I noticed that if you are coming on the Toastmaster, try to take a role of joke master even because taking smaller role also taking effort to come and deliver over there because joke master like creating a humor, which is a tough role, I can say. Try to take it if you are coming to a Toastmaster and deliver over there. Maybe it will not success or not or fail. It's not matter over there in the Toastmaster. People don't judge you. People help you to become a more better person over there in the Toastmaster. And coming the feedback, the last one I want to say, like just give a constructive feedback. Like if I notice over there, some people say that the eye contact is missing. That's the thing, the negative way of eye contact is missing. Just say use the W approach so that you can reach out to all the audience from right to the left, and it will add on in your speech, give a more value to your speech and make the audience attention more valuable. So doing in a constructive way will help the speaker to take in a positive way. That I very well notice in the Dipanshu speech how he have done. So that is all from my side in the general feedback. And over to you, Toastmaster.
What an exhilarating meeting, and I hope whatever we discussed in the starting of the meeting will be taken back by most of you. Before going to each one of you for the feedback final, just requesting everyone, the voting form is shared. Take 30 seconds, just quickly vote. Guests, please reach out to your nearest member for the voting link. The voting link is also shared in the guest group, but for the ones who are new. Hope it's done. Yeah, time's up. So yes, in the starting of the meeting, we had discussed that today we were on the 520th meeting. We will just take a step back and notice whether we are able to take back what we wanted from today's meeting or not. So coming to all the people who had spoken in the beginning also, what they want to take back. Anyone who would like to highlight whether they were able to take it back or whether they wish this could also be there so that would help them enhance what they want to do.
I think I saw lovely speeches today and I would like to be like some of them. So yes, I think my takeaway is what I really had to say today.
add upon something, not only saying good things after that?
I was expecting a slot for table topics, which was cancelled.
Sorry for that, and sorry, apologies to the table topic master as well, because we were short of time and we didn't want to the meeting to extend, because whenever we have table topics nowadays, we want the table topics also to be evaluated for a constructive table topic session. So we will surely incorporate that. And I think you are a member from now, so you will be a member soon, so you will obviously get more chances. Anything else?
Yeah, one thing I just want to talk about, like preparing in the last moment, so that I started preparing for this speech today morning. So that was not good actually. So,
I think I have written something on this in the feedback form.
So in the next meeting or in the next speech, probably I'll try to fix it. I'll try to be more proactive in terms of preparing the speech, maybe 1 week earlier, something like that. So that will help me better.
Okay. Also, do reach again, just emphasizing on the fact, do reach out to your mentors as well for help. Record a video, or if you are not able to record a video, just obviously if you are giving a speech, you must be writing the speech before that, right? Just send that right up to your mentor, get it evaluated. They will obviously give you 1 or 2 points that yes, you can add upon this, you can add upon that, or maybe cut short at this moment. So your mentor plays a very important role if you reach out to them. Okay? So please try to record yourself. Just turn on your video and just record yourself. You will make mistakes. Before giving the speech over here, record yourself and send it to your mentor for feedback. Or if you are not able to record, just send them the write-up. That's the least which we can do. And your mentors would be more than happy to help you. With this, a huge round of applause for all the speakers today and all the role players. Because there was, after 2 or 3 meetings, I should say there was no back out. I agree there was some latecomers, but that we can discuss later and that can be taken care of. But there was no back out. Thank you each and every role player. Thank you each and every speaker for not backing out at the last moment. Thank you so much. And now we have the results. I will announce the best speaker later because it was a tough competition today. So the best role player for today is, any guesses?
Announce the
Sorry.
role players' names.
Toastmaster Surinder and Toastmaster Abhishek. Tough competition. I think everywhere we had a tough competition today. So the winner is Toastmaster Abhishek.